5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Happy Friday, everybody. God almighty, has it taken a long time to get here, I must say. I am glad to be here. You're on Live with Neve. We're looking out at the gorgeous Atlantic Ocean. God, I'm saying the Indian Ocean. Where the hell am I? And I'm looking north at New York. It's a very cloudy and hazy day over in the city. Here at the shore, it's a beautiful day. It's like 50 degrees out. The studio is hot as hell. I came in this morning. I had the heat up for my neighbors. And I got to tell you, it was hot as hell in here. Hot as good sinning. At any rate, the ocean's beautiful. I've got some great guests today. I have a killer guitar player, music producer, just all around musical guy. We're a similar age group, had some similar experiences, and he grew up here playing music in New Jersey, so that's always a great thing to do. In today's weird news, let's see what we've got. This is of particular interest to me, and I think you might find this interesting if you're into blogging. If you get into politics and you hate the Florida governor and you hate the Democratic guy, I don't care. This is a stupid bill. I'm going to guess it's somebody of either party who's just got their head up their tail. And that happens, believe it or not. Florida bill, bloggers must register with the state or pay a fine. Let's investigate further, because think about this. First thing that comes to my mind is, how are they going to regulate me? I'm here in New Jersey. What are they going to do? Tell me I can't say fuck on the show? Florida, and it would require them to register with the state. That is the craziest stuff. I mean, really, come on, people. Let's see. This is a Republican, Jason Broder. I mean, seriously, he wants to stop bloggers who are critical of the Governor Ron DeSantis. And you know what? I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. That shit should scare the hell out of you. You could be the best Democrat in the world, and you don't want that shit. It's anti-freedom of speech. That doesn't even get into the things about comedy and having stuff. What's funny? Will words hurt you? Do words hurt you? Do they hurt me? They never hurt me. I know there are lots of people out there. You're triggered. You can't cope because somebody said something to you that you don't believe. Just get over it, man. If you want to live to be 100, you're going to have a lot of times you're going to have to bite your tongue and just hold it in. You're going to have an asshole boss. You might even have a partner in your marriage. They're soon to be dissolved. But shit like that, it just gets me crazy. So that's the first story. I'm going to find out more about that, because I'd be really curious if I have to pay a fee. Or maybe I have some sort of government-controlled censor who can... I guarantee you they will censor my show. I don't say anything overtly political against either party, but they don't like it. Either side, I've found that their devotees go completely nuts if you don't hook, line, and sinker by their version of what they want you to believe, which is fine. Everybody believe what you want, go and vote, and don't bitch at other people or force-feed your pablum to them. Here's another great story. Where did it go? Another story about, there's a troll network of people who are just on both sides who are battering each other's political parties. That's crazy. We've got, there's not really any good news. How about this is just news of the weird on Live with Neve. We have a cat lady facing eviction. She blows herself up in a house full of cats. I kid you not, people. I'm looking at this and I'm going, wow. You know, most of the time people who are like cat hoarders have some kind of mental illness or something along those lines. And, you know, you don't really usually see people kill their own animals who are kind of, this lady's obviously had real bad problems. You can just see here the house is toast. I mean, it's just demolished. So I don't know, man. I like cats a lot. I don't think I'm going to blow my house up with them in it. And my heart goes out to her family and to the cats and everybody else. It's crazy stuff. Not good story. In cool news, Tom Brady has a new model girlfriend. Wow. It's good to be Tom, you know? Doesn't have to play ball anymore. He's got zillions, tons of money in the bank. And so he's going out with some model. And then we have a wife attacks Thai sex worker she found with her husband. For those of you who have not been to Thailand, I'm going to assume that there was some sort of a ladyboy incident here that just probably went awry. All I can say is I feel for the woman and the guy, and maybe even the ladyboy, because, you know, he might have been terrified by this whole ordeal. We've got here, this is more bad news, but third degree with national divorce law. That's like stupid. God, why even get married anymore? Hate to say that, I know, but good God. Get roped into having to pay money for stuff if you get divorced or having to lose all your shit. Oh, now here's a good story. A guy survived for 24 days. He survived on ketchup, seasoning, and dirty water. That sounds like an average guy out on the street in Los Angeles. Quite a soup you can make out of ketchup if you know how. You can steal all kinds of shit. If you've ever really been poor, you can like steal napkins from a gas station when they have the big paper towels. You can steal toilet paper. I'm lucky I do well, but there was a time when I didn't do so well. And I have got more recipes for eating shitty food because it's like a week till gig or till I get paid. And usually, like, I'd have a couple of friends around and they'd help me eat my food. And at any rate, so we got the cat lady going crazy. In just a few minutes, I have an amazing guitar player coming on, and I just got to tell you, you're gonna dig today's show. I just listened to the track he's gonna play, and it's exceptional, guys. I really think you're gonna dig it. Some of you folks have seen it last year, seen him, and I'm glad to have him back. So rather than sit here, we're almost to the end of the set. We got about 5 minutes. I'm going to bring Paul on. We'll talk a little bit about how he got started in music, even though I know you probably don't, for those who haven't been here. So, Paul, good morning, man. What's happening, brother?
Good morning, my brother. How are you, Neil?
It's excellent. It's always good to see a brother from another mother in New Jersey. We're all in this great music business and crazy scene we live in.
Good to see you too, my friend.
So tell me, what have you been up to? I know that the record sounds phenomenal, but
Thank you so much for saying that. I really do appreciate it.
the title track is, like I said, I heard it last night for the first time, and I listened to it this morning before you came on. I was just sitting here. I have my cajon within reach. I was, driven to the rhythm.
I kept it as organic as possible. There are no guitars and there's no electric instruments at all.
Wow.
I played an oud,
Yes.
an Arabic fretless guitar.
Mm-hmm. Now, do all of them, are they all fretless?
Say again?
Are they all fretless?
Ouds?
Yes.
All fretless.
Cool.
Yes.
Boy, that's such a hard thing to...
There are similar instruments like a bouzouki.
A bouzouki.
Or a lute
Okay.
that have frets, but the Arabic and Turkish ouds do not have frets.
And what is the tuning of it? How is it...
So a traditional guitar is tuned in fourths from E.
Right.
So E, a fourth above that is A,
Right.
a fourth above that D, and so on.
G,
So
A,
the
yeah.
G string is just tuned a third above G.
Right.
The oud is tuned in thirds, starting with a low C.
Okay.
So C, a third above that F,
Right.
third above that A, fourth above that D,
Mm-hmm.
fourth above that G,
Okay.
fourth above that C.
Cool. There we go.
I love these guitars, but they're very difficult to keep in tune at a performance.
I bet. Do you bring two with you to a gig so you have one in case the tuning gets a little weird?
Well, yeah, I have this is one I bought years back.
Uh-huh.
I have a third one that I bought 15 years ago. You can see the difference.
Hold on. Sorry about that.
You can see the difference.
Oh yeah, with the cutaway and the sound hole's different.
this has the cutaway,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a longer neck on
Right.
top, so I can get down. Can't do that on this guitar.
Right.
Also, side profile
Right.
is rounder,
Much
all
flatter.
the way round, whereas this one has a flat back, so it's comfortable to play.
Mhm.
It doesn't do like this, like it doesn't slide out from under you. I own an Ovation guitar that I love, but the problem is that when I play it sitting down, it kind of slides, it rolls a little. So you
Gotcha.
have to kind of make sure that it's, you have to focus on something that you don't have to focus on with a regular instrument.
Gotcha.
My little thing here. Anyway, so I also I played a fretless bass on this track.
Right.
I played a cello on this
Nice.
track. And I played
A stainless steel drum.
this djembe Arabic
A
drum,
djembe small one, yeah.
which sounds amazing.
I hope the echo's gone, Gina. Thank you for letting me know. Oh man, you sound great. I love that sound of that. Very cool. Now that's, to me, that's the way to start up in the morning, man. I'm telling you what. Toby, I cranked him up a little bit. Can you hear him better now? Okay, great. Thank you, everybody. We got the best fans in the world, man. I'm telling you what. We're having a little bit of echo, so I put my phones on and cranked you up because I want to hear you real well out in radio land.
So yeah, those are the four main instruments on this song. So there's no fretted instruments at all. So no
Wow.
frets were harmed or used in the making of this.
The question, though, is everybody's waiting to ask is it gluten-free?
Maybe. I think so, because you can't really eat any of this stuff, so sure.
All right. Well, listen, folks, we're going to go to a break real quick. We're going to be right back, and we'll be back, and Paul's going to play and tear this thing up.
They sentenced me to 20 years of boredom for trying to change the system from within. I'm coming now, I'm coming to reward them.
We are the Stones of Atlantis, and you are tuned in to Live with Me.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Nev or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
All right. There we go. So, you ready to play a little music?
Hell yeah.
All right, man.
So, just a little information. It starts with a cello, so I played. I'm not a great cellist, but I play in tune. That's the main thing.
All right. Well, that's so hard enough.
And the cello's in the beginning, throughout the song, just as background, layered, just fullness. It just has such a great resonance, and then at the end. So you'll hear that. Also, it also starts with this lovely instrument here.
Right. Ooh, yeah.
And I also used this brass tambourine
Right.
as the kind of the hi-hat slash ride.
Excellent. I was wondering how you did the drums because it didn't sound programmed. I'm glad. I'm so thrilled.
Everything is just, I sat there and layered it physically, and it came out better than I had hoped, so I'm very happy that I was able to do it as organically as possible.
Well, I like it. Just because of that alone, you got another 100 points. Because I was thinking, man, the guy sounds like he's playing, so that's very cool.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Here he is, Paul J. Bakash.
Cello.
In this world, there is a land of origins where our path begins of love and sins. Over time, this land would cease to satisfy. Man sought to gain his word, conquer uncharted earth, then draw their lines to fence themselves in and keep all others out and claim you're living in sin if you're not devout with their religion.
Wow. Unbelievable. That is just impressive. I told you I listened to it a couple times last night. I played it for my girlfriend, and I said, this is going to be cool.
Thank you so much.
Even the best part was my neighbor was home, and I was able to crank it up really loud, turn the sub up.
Yeah, it's got
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got about 6 minutes left. We're going to take an informal poll here about everybody. Raise your hand out there in Radio Land. If you've ever, I'm going to put this as really delicate, and I'm going to use clinical terms for everyone. You can chime in as well, my friend, because this is an important issue facing our crisis-driven world today. Have you people ever lived in an apartment and heard your neighbors making whoopee? And if you have, this is a real question. There's important reason for this. And if you have, what have you done? Just tell me in the comments if you called them up and said, have you banged on the ceiling and told them to get a hotel? How do you handle that, you guys? I'm just curious. I need some insight, especially from the women in the group here. How would you handle that if your neighbors? Now, I don't mean if they were like hanging from a trapeze and you could hear the glass breaking and the Great Danes running in terror. I'm just talking if you happen to hear the bed upstairs squeaking a little bit. So, ladies, oh, I love Toby's. She tried to listen harder. Well, Lorraine, this person said she could hear it through earplugs. I'm a 60-something-year-old man, for God's sakes. The reason I'm asking is I had a recent episode of young woke people who are like annoyed at this crazy old boomer here. They literally were banging on the ceiling while I was having some fun. And at 4 a.m, we were trying to be really quiet, like totally trying, you know. I don't know many women who want to put on a show for their neighbors. I mean, I used to date those women, but at any rate, I'm just saying, earplugs. See, Lorraine, do you know Lorraine, by the way? Is she one of your friends?
I know Lorraine. Yeah, she's a great person that supports my music, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Well, thank you, Lorraine, for watching Paul here, and welcome to the show.
Great
I hope you're
friend. Excellent person.
excellent. Oh, she's a musician as well?
No, a great person.
Great person, okay. Yeah, so I see everybody's kind of giggling, snickering, but I don't see any answers. I'm really curious just because I want to know. I mean, you know, she could be just mad because the duration in her case isn't long enough. I've had lots of women tell me that. That's a common problem amongst middle-aged men. Anyhow, Toby's got a vote for trying to listen harder, and I like that. Toby, that's the spirit, girl. I've never, like, when I've heard my neighbors, I just kind of chuckle and go, oh, I hope they're having a good time, you know?
I grew up in Brooklyn, where the houses are connected.
Right.
And I've never heard my neighbors doing the deed.
Huh.
Unfortunately, I would have liked to have heard it, you know?
Sure.
Just for the fun of it.
Absolutely.
You know, but they used to hear me playing music because the band was in my basement. My mom was so supportive of me, and she said, yes, bring the boys down.
We had very similar moms. My mom's an Italian mom, and she was like, bring everybody over.
Yeah,
I'll feed everybody. Are you hungry? Play before you eat, or eat before you play.
My mom, I'm Middle Eastern, my
Right.
mom's Syrian. And it's the same thing, you know,
Right.
different culture,
Sure.
same values.
Absolutely.
Same values.
Family's
So-
very important. I get it. I have a lot of friends, you know.
But the neighbors used to call the cops on me all the time. And,
I always think a gig, if I'm really doing a good job, is not so much now, but when I was younger, I had a really loud Led Zeppelin-y like rock and roll band, and we were incredibly loud, and we'd blow your face off from like half a mile down the road, and we would routinely have gigs broken up because the police would get called. And I'd tell my sound men, well, when the cops get here, turn it down. Of course, the cops would show up, and it would be like at a nominal level. But as soon as they'd leave, we'd crank it up to like, 120 decibels at 8 feet measurable, it'd like kill people. Nowadays, I'm deaf. My bones hurt, All I can say, though, according to my neighbors, I'm a real problem child. I never thought I'd live to the age where young people who are supposed to be hip and having lots more sex than I'm having, or any of us seasoned citizens, they're like, oh my God, I'm triggered. God almighty, all they gotta do is turn on TV. Fucking A, we got 150 channels. There's porn on every other channel. In fact, if you just go to a regular foreign movie film, like, I like watching those Mexican narco terror dramas. They're great. Guns, hot chicks running around. The guys are absolute fucking animals. You know, like El Chapo kind of a deal. Watching those, and they're in a foreign language, so you have to read the subtitles. And sometimes it's really funny how some guy in India translating subtitles out of Mexican into English, they get some interesting syntax occasionally, which, you know, I look at that as a bonus. Some people might think that's a flaw, but I don't know. So here we are. We're half past the hour. You're going to play a little more music, right?
Yes.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to take a break, and we're going to have you up, everybody. Like this guy. By the way, where can they get your stuff?
So yeah, I mean, my songs are available on Spotify. If you just put my name in, I don't know if you could flash it up there somehow.
Yes, yes.
So that people could see the spelling. It's Paul Baccash, Baccash. And if you just put that into any Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Shazam,
Shazam!
It's everywhere. And I also have my own YouTube channel that I have videos. I'm working on the video for that last song. By the way, is it okay if I just talk about the meaning of the song?
Absolutely. Let's go do it. We can do it. We'll pull the spot in another minute.
So the song itself, lyrically, it's called Land of Origins because at a time when technologically we can use some saliva from our mouth and send it off to 23andMe or Ancestry.com and find out where we originate from. The majority of human beings in this world originate from the Middle East. And
the cradle of civilization.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if you think about it, because of that is the land of our origins, and that's what this song is about. You would think that our society as a whole would look upon that place with reverence and with honor, and yet it's the complete opposite. We look upon it with hatred and evil, and
absolutely
with disdain. And now you have to understand, especially in Syria and Turkey, that has been 95% of the people that live in Syria are not terrorists.
Right.
They're families.
They're just families. There's Maronite Christians there. Friends I went to school with from Lebanon.
I'm Melkite Christian.
Okay, no kidding. I didn't want to ask, but that's interesting.
Yeah. No,
you have the Druze, you've got them, and then people do associate it. They don't. For everybody, just to give you some background, what he's talking about is Lebanon, in Lebanon, the cities. That's like was called the Paris of the Middle East, which I kind of say that they kind of hammed it up a little bit, but it was a beautiful place. And
well, Syria and Lebanon prior to 1912 was all Syria.
Right.
The French came in and divided the country and called the coastal part Lebanon, and the rest remained Syria. But Lebanon was Syria 100 years ago.
Right.
So it's great. I love Lebanon. The food is the same.
The food is great.
The language is the same. Everything's the same. So, but the thing is, Lebanon was not affected. 2 weeks ago, there was a devastating earthquake.
Right.
Death toll in Syria.
I think it's 50,000 people.
50,000 now, and by the time they do all the recovery, it'll be over 150.
It's horrific. Hold the thought. We're going to just play a break. I got to do something to pay the bills around here, but we're going to go ahead and we'll be right back, people. Here's Carlton Wilson, his new single.
There's some changes headed like the Gulf Stream rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been open in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarettes takes the subway. Rich man folding
We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon. Yes, the new house band on Live with Steve from Lisifu, Ulu Mizuki. Talking about getting a little multicultural vibe going this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So what is the... Go ahead.
Not to over... I don't want to get political at all.
Oh, no.
What I'm saying is, so the song talks about how this is all our origins, and yet we don't look at it the way we should. And so the question is, it's just hopefully it'll be thought provoking and make you think. You know what? Be a human first, and
Absolutely.
a patriot second. You know.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
That's what America's always been about, is getting along here. You come from some horrible place, you come here, you make a living, you make a life. I mean, your family, my family, all the Irish, the black people, you know, many of them dragged here against their will, you know. I mean, civilization's ugly. We've had our share of screw-ups, but I still say this, I don't see anybody line up anywhere. When shit hits the fan in the world, they always come here. Always. I mean, I know that Sweden and Switzerland are great places, but again, when the shit hits the fan, a lot of people just want to come here and make a living. Say, no, it's different.
Ideally, it would be wonderful if every place...
Absolutely.
It was just ideal, and it can be if we can get past corruption, greed, desire for power. Unfortunately, it's inbred in many human beings, but not everyone.
Well, you're right, because there's a lot of people who don't want to do the same crap that, like, our parents might have done.
Right. And
You know, I mean...
That's why one of the lines in the song is, our children need a world well led. And
Absolutely.
hopefully the children of today will be the leaders that will properly lead this world into a better tomorrow.
I have high hopes. You know, a lot of
I do
parents,
too.
a lot of people complain, but there's a lot of great young people out there. And
I think it's gonna come to a head because people are sick, some people, and are sick of 24-hour news, forcing agendas, and scaring and angering people into continuing to watch for their ratings to soar.
Right.
Not to inform, but to just get more.
It's the whole, if it bleeds, it leads. It's just,
Yes. So,
people don't want, like,
all I'm gonna say-
how many stories do you ever hear, except at the end of a newscast that's been particularly horrific, like the earthquake, and then they'll go to some family and they'll just be like, oh, now here's the Jones family with their...
Well, that's the thing.
It's
In
like-
the news, the earthquake only was on the news for 2 days.
People in America have heard the news report and it's out of mind. Look at Ohio, here in our own country.
These people
You got Ohio down there booming crap into the air, into the water. And look, we have to have railroads. We have to have trains. We got to have all kinds of shit. But we got to do it right. And it's in today's world, there's no reason that we don't make it as safe as we can.
Let's
But
hope for a brighter future. I will ask one thing.
Sure.
If you are concerned about the people of Syria and Turkey, there's one. Don't donate money to any place that's going to send money, because there are sanctions on Syria. The money will never get there.
Absolutely.
The only way for your money to do any good is to donate to Doctors Without Borders. They are actually in Syria now, helping the survivors, helping the people that are critically wounded, that are trying to recover. So that's, if you do want to donate, Doctors Without Borders is the only way that your money's going to get where it's got to go. So that's it. That's
Yep.
all I'm going to say. So I hope you enjoy the song. Again, it's on Spotify. Please add me to your playlist. Follow me on Spotify. Follow me on Pandora. Spotify, unfortunately, has become the dictator of success online.
Absolutely.
If you do well on Pandora, but nobody follows you on Spotify, technically you're a failure.
Right.
It's terrible. So
it'll be interesting to see how this shakes up as time goes by. Because right now they are...
That's going to change.
It
People
will.
are going to get fed up.
Yeah.
But for now, I need you on Spotify.
Hey, remember, people, if you also buy a CD from him rather than from one of the streaming services, I have to tell you, he'll get all the money instead of them nickel and
Well,
chewing.
I'm not actually burning CDs. So
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just
I'm all
assumed.
digital. That's my card. My small green. My carbon footprint is very small.
Gotcha.
Not printing any CDs.
All right. Well,
But one other thing I want to say. Back in the day, I was in a band called Seductive Luck. And that band, the entire catalog of that band has been, in 2021, remastered, re-released, and is also available Spotify and Pandora. And I'm really proud of that work. I was the lead guitar player and lead writer of all the songs. And I'm really proud of a lot of that stuff. So that's all electric shredding and hooks and melodic and great stuff. So if you
Very
get a chance,
cool.
Check it out. You may like it.
say the name one more time.
Seductive Luck.
All right.
Luck.
We love seductive luck, don't we, everybody? How about you, ladies? It's nice to have a little seduction, the dying art of seduction. You know what a redneck's idea of foreplay is?
Oh, here we go.
Wake up, bitch. I'm sorry, ladies. Can't help myself. That's a Florida joke. Oh. Here we have the wonderful Paul J. Bakash, my friend from New Jersey. He's going to tear it up, people.
Thank you. So,
Alrighty.
This time I'm shifting over to, I totally forgot. I'm going to shift over. This song is called Twilight Romance.
To all the girls I've loved before.
And this song I'm playing on my Godin nylon string.
Beautiful.
I just restrang it, so the strings are stretching a little.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think we're good. And let's see here. All right. Ooh, sorry. All right. Twilight Romance. Here we go.
Here we go.
When the night comes to an end, it gives life to a new beginning. But two ships passing in the sea is a moment oh so fleeting, when two lovers from different paths can't seem to stay together, unyielding from their own lives, keeps their love from bonding forever, so they will have to settle for a twilight romance. A twilight romance. When two friends badge of honor through the years as partners till the end. Harsh words fester and enrage. They come to blows, egos to defend, and nations always at war, with moments of precious ceasefire. Unyielding, their cultures tear them apart. Feel the bloodshed once again transpire, so they will have to settle for twilight romance. A twilight romance. Is there hope we'll ever change this pattern? Put others first and ignore our own vice? Or in time, will we be just a memory, or still be content to suffice? A twilight romance. Oh, they will have to settle for a twilight romance. A twilight romance. A twilight romance. A twilight romance. A twilight romance.
All right, how about it, everybody? That is one great tune too, man.
Thank you. I had
Really.
some technical difficulties on that I realized mid-song, and I was like, it was too late to change anything. So
It happens, but it sounded great. It's funny. We're always our own worst critic. I get off sometimes thinking how awful it is, and
yeah,
somebody in my band will even go, "Oh man, you really played good," and I'll be thinking in my head, "I thought, you get that one mistake or something. So it's like a stone in your shoe for a few minutes."
yeah. I've had nights at a gig where I thought I sucked horribly, and someone who's seen me before will come up and say, "Dude, that was like the best I've ever seen you play." And I'm like, "What show were you at? You were not here tonight, that's for sure."
Yeah, I know how you never can tell, but people always perceive their perceptions so different. And like the play, you've been playing what 50 years, something like that. You're in your 60s.
I'm only 28 years old, my friend.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm only 17, man. That's why neighbors were banging on the wall.
I've been playing since I'm 15, so it's been a while.
Me too. I've been a little younger than you, but I was a drummer, so basically annoyed my mom for like 5 years from the time I was 8.
Wow.
And like you, I had my mom was super supportive of everything musically I did. She'd pick up my bass player and drive us to practice.
Oh, nice.
And, I was a lucky guy. You're not old at all. I'm grading you on mental age, Gina. You're still hot no matter what. You're young at heart, baby. That's all I can say. Ugh. Gina's on the prowl, man. She's one of these hot cougar types, man, out in L.A. Good-looking woman right there. Lorraine, thank you very much for watching the show. I would hope you'll share, subscribe, and go forth and proselytize for this wonderful show. It's not just a show, it's a religious experience. Doesn't matter what religion you're in, as long as you have a good sense of humor and like to laugh, well, you're welcome here. And Gina, I'm not even going to comment anymore. You're a good-looking woman, baby. Telling you what, we got all these great ladies out in California, got all these beautiful women in New Jersey. Man, life is good. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap up. Paul's kind enough to join us, and please make sure you spell his name with 2 C's, but type Paul J. Bakash on any of these streaming services. And, you know, we'll find it. It'll be in the new religious text from my church. You can give generously, largely, and liberally to the Church of the Freaking Deacon. I'm here to light your beacon. I got some freaking and deacon and speaking to do. So, if you want to get prayers going, I'll take your money. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Is he gonna dump me and run off with a hua? Yes. Sorry, guys. It's supposed to be R, and I've been really well behaved today, so got to throw in a little smut at the end just to annoy my neighbors. At any rate, hope you have a great weekend. Everybody, we're out of here. Paul, I'm going to see you next time. I'm going to check your schedule, man, and we'll be talking. If I have Shorty on, you want to come on with him?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, you guys play all the time, and it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man. Well, let's see if anybody has anything else to say to you. Stay. Oh, somebody can't watch. I'm getting comments. I'm sorry, Susan. I can't watch your. I can watch your show, but can't comment. That's weird. I'm not sure what to tell you, Sue. I'll take a look and I'll send you a text or something in a little bit. I like to try and help our fans if they're having technical difficulties, of course. And yes, you know, some of us, Gina, too, we like older women. You know why? They know things. Telling you. So I'm trying to find some music to roll out of here with. We're out of here, people. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Live with me today at 4 o'clock. Warren Zevon's son, Jordan, will be joining me, along with Memphis Gold, Bluesman Supreme. We're talking barbecue. We're talking blues. We're talking rock and roll from the great city of Memphis, Tennessee. We're out of here, people.
Hey everybody, this is Steve from Reach for the Sky, along with Jay from Reach for the Sky. And you're listening live with me.